Hey everyone, I promised you an upgrade video, so here it is. 2 days ago I replaced the power supply in my MDD and it couldn't have gone any smoother. I broke a fan connection, but it's not a big deal at all. The main thing is the computer works perfectly and I've got nothing to worry about. So I've got a load of parts here in front of me. I'm really looking forward to this, and for those of you who are wondering, the MDD will be used up in the studio as the main computer up there, instead of me constantly taking my PowerMac up and down. So guys, thanks very much for watching and enjoy the upgrade video. Okay guys, I'm going to show you the parts that I have got. I ordered them all about 4 days ago and they've all arrived. I've had some great service on eBay lately. So let's start off with the PCI stuff. First, we have the essential, probably one of the most important parts of a G4 upgrade. It's a simple, cheap little 4-port USB 2.0 hub. Using a computer all the time without USB 2.0 is, impossible. So here's this card. It's simple. It's got one port internally, and yeah, that's that. Simple stuff. Next thing we have is an airport compatible PCI Wi-Fi card. Now you might be asking me, why didn't you get the little Apple airport card that plugs into the board? Well, 2 reasons. Number one, they're quite expensive. I mean, you can pick these up for about £10. Those Apple ones, they seem to be going for about 25 on eBay, 20, 25 pounds. So this is cheaper. The next reason is Apple airport cards are slow compared to these. They support only wireless B, and these support wireless G as well, which is really cool. So I've got one of them. Next thing, another essential, this is a Pci Slot Fan. Shifts all of the warm air out the back. It's absolutely brilliant. Next we have a 120GB Seagate IDE hard drive. This will get me started. I'll probably add another one of these in the future when I run out of space. And then we have a cooler for that. It's just a simple 4-pin Molex cooler. Screws on the bottom of the drive and works very well. The final thing we've got is this. This is a little battery to keep date and time and all that. It's probably worn out. And I've got a little surprise for the end, guys. I've got a pile here of stuff, which I'll be shoving into the MDD, which will be a little front USB port modification. So, yeah, we'll do all this stuff first and then we'll move on to that. So guys, this is going to be an awesome video. So as you can see, I've got some great parts to get me started with a fantastic upgrade, and I've got a really cool surprise at the end with those front USB ports. Now just to, before we start, just going to give you a little bit of information. One main thing that people are sort of, one main thing that makes upgrading a G4 awkward is the graphics card. Because the machines seem to be fully capable of doing lots of things, but they get graphics slowdown. And this is even more so since people started running Leopard on them. When people had G4s and it was Tiger, it was fine, but now we've got this, core animation and all that stuff. It really requires quite a lot of graphics power. So I believe I've got the 9000 Pro, that's the 64 meg version, the original one that came with the MDD. It's not the greatest graphics card at all. But I won't be doing any graphically intense things on this machine. Even though I won't be doing anything that needs loads of graphics power, it might still provide slowdown. So I'll probably end up buying like a 9800 Pro 128 megabyte version or something like that. I'm not going to go, right up there. I'll probably spend about 80 to 100 pounds on a decent graphics card. And as well, hard drive space, 120 is plenty to get me started. Oh, and the optical drive, I will be burning CDs with this, and I might put in a faster optical drive as well, I'm not sure. But anyway, I'm going to use it for a bit and see what I think. So I'm going to do these upgrades now. These are the essential upgrades, and yeah, you never know, there might be a part 2 to this video in a few months. So let's get on with the upgrade. So guys, I'm all prepared. We've got our PCI slots here that we're ready to work in. We have the tripod there, ready to make a vid. We're working the other way this time, but to let more light in from the window. We've got all our parts lined up there that we're going to put in the PCI slots, and we've got my phone just in case anyone tries to get in touch with me, but they probably won't because I'm quite unpopular. Only joking. And got a can of Coke, which I seem to be drinking really quickly for some reason. Probably because I haven't had breakfast. But anyway, that's way off topic. I'm going to upgrade this Mac. So there you go, guys, you got a pretty good view of the PCI slots there, and I'm trying to get into this anti-human box type packet thing, which is extremely difficult to open. So guys, I got into the packet eventually, and here's the card. It also came with the little CD drivers thingy, but hopefully we won't need that. I've got a screwdriver around here somewhere which would actually help the situation. Here we go, screwdriver. And yeah, we're gonna pop in this stuff now. So I'm gonna leave one PCI slot free for the graphics card to breathe. Not that it generates much heat, but you know, there you go. Now the MDD has its own specific little PCI covers which have got holes in them. They're pretty cool. Okay, let's pop in this USB card. There you go, snap into place. Couldn't be simpler. We'll screw it down. I love how simple this stuff can be. There you have it. USB card is successfully installed. That was really, really easy. Giving you a slightly different angle now, guys, just to provide a bit of interest, and so my arm doesn't block everything. Here we have our little Pci Wireless Card, airport compatible, as it conveniently says directly on the card itself. We've got the cool little antenna here, which I believe just screws on. That's cool. There you have it, nice antenna. We will unscrew the next PCI slot. There you go, that slot is unscrewed. Time to quickly poke in the airport card, or the airport card for people that can't afford airport cards, let's put it like that. There you go, snap into place just like the USB card. Couldn't be easier. There you have it, the airport card is in, and only one more thing to install into the PCI slots, and it's this. This is the cooling fan. Now, one thing about this, guys, is if I put it in this way, let's just see if you're in frame. Yeah, you are. If I put it in this way, then it'll just suck air, because here's where the fan is, it'll just suck air from the top of the case, which is pointless. So, I want it sucking down, if you get me. So I'm going to pull off the front, just quite simply turn it around, and then it'll fit in there like so. So guys, everything is in. I've had a little bit of a change around. If you look down here, I've shifted the USB card and the Wi-Fi card up next to the graphics card, left a slot, and then put the fan, because the fan was right flush against the Wi-Fi card, and I don't think it would have really worked very well. And I was worried about heat in the video card, but as you can see, the USB card is quite short anyway, so it's looking really cool. And that is what it looks like from behind, guys. So you have your ADC DVI, 4 USB 2.0 ports, you have your Wi-Fi antenna with the LED, you have a spare slot, and you have a vent up there for the cooler. That is wicked. Loving that, guys. Time to move on. Moving on now, guys, to sort out the hard drive. So I've decided to put my 120 gig hard drive under here. The reason being is because I believe that by the other hard drive bay it's very close to the CPU, and I reckon it would get hotter up there. And plus I'm putting a fan on it, and there's more space under here for the fan to gather air and blow it at the drive. So, first things first is to take out the old drive. This is an 80 gig. I believe this one's a Seagate as well. It's a stock original one from Apple. And you may be thinking, you know, what's the point? You're only upgrading 40 gigs. Well, I think 120 gigs is quite a nice size hard drive. And I didn't pay for the 120 gig hard drive anyway. I've had it for a while. So I didn't, you know, specifically buy it or whatever. I'm also going to take out this drive for the simple fact that I need the screws. And I won't be using this one in here either. This is also an 80 gig. This is also an Apple original drive, but this one is a Hitachi drive. So here's the drive, and it's time to unscrew it. So there you have it, guys. That is an empty hard drive cage for an MDD. Now we're going to put that to one side for the moment, and we are going to attach the drive cooler to the drive. So yeah, this should be fairly simple. Just check that you're in shot. Yeah, that'll do. You get 4 screws provided to screw it on. And here's the drive cooler itself. Basically it's just a fan, you know, 60 or 80 mil or whatever it is, and it's just attached to a little plastic plate, and you've got a Molex splitter coming off the end. So guys, it's about 20 minutes later. Actually, I'd say about half an hour because I've had lunch as well. And we've got the drive and cooler in. Here they are. You can see the drives there and the cooler's there. Now, initially it wouldn't fit, and that's pretty annoying. It wouldn't fit because you've got sort of guides on this hard drive cage. These are sort of guides here that space the 2 drives apart, and it was blocking it. So we went into the shed and hammered it down like that, and well, from the inside obviously, and now these are poking out on the outside. But the drive slid in, no worries, and it fits in there really nicely, and it's all screwed down. So that's awesome. So guys, as you can see, the hard drive is sitting in there comfortably. ID cable's plugged in, it's got power, and the fan has also got power. So that's looking great under there. We've got our other enclosure here, and it's screwed in as well. So that's looking really good. Ready for another hard drive. All our PCI stuff is here. We've just got the power here to connect later, and yeah, it's all looking good. So time for me to reveal my big surprise and take out this optical drive enclosure, and we're gonna get some front USB ports in this thing.